Fist. Shit, it's definitely not iron. Anyways, yeah, definitely not. This is our first TV review, actually, so we've crossed over into the dark side. Do it. We're
now
it.
TV show source.
That doesn't sound right.
Doesn't have quite the
TV
as good.
TV source. TV source? Anyways, Iron Fist, season 1. We're gonna definitely go into some spoilers. So for some reason you have not seen all 13 episodes, put us on pause and come watch it after you've seen.
And
all 13
we might talk about
episodes.
some of the other shows in the series. So if you haven't seen those, maybe
you should
be a
definitely
little careful.
Yeah,
so.
you should definitely check out Daredevil season 1 and 2.
Yes.
Jessica Jones,
Yeah.
the Purple Man. Come on.
Yeah.
Hello, Jessica. And also Luke Cage, especially the first half of Luke Cage, so good. So going into Iron Fist now, like we just mentioned, the shows we just did, this is connected to all those shows. This is setting up to be Marvel's The Defenders, which is basically the street level Avengers, which is like we just said, Daredevil, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage. It's where they come together and they have to stop Ellen Ripley, aka Sigourney Weaver, and The Defenders. So I'm really looking forward to that, and we're definitely gonna obviously review that as well. Hopefully, if we get a chance leading up to that, we're gonna do Daredevil season 1 and 2, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, but
Nice.
That's for another time. Now, getting to Iron Fist. This show has been really taking a beating on Rotten Tomatoes and by the critics. I didn't let it affect any of my opinion. I went into this with a completely open mind just because, the trailers didn't wow me as much as some of the other shows, but it still intrigued me, and I think this is a very interesting character for sure. That being said, the 13 episodes it's definitely...
Could have been like 8 or 9.
Oh yeah, I think that about most of the Marvel Netflix
Except for
shows.
Daredevil.
But no, I know The Defenders is going to be 8 episodes,
Yeah.
but anyways, getting back to this show definitely could have been a few episodes shorter, but I really found myself invested in the show. There were definitely some things that could have made it even better, which we will get into. Colleen Wing was by far my favorite character. I also really loved Harold Meacham, and I loved Ward Meacham too.
I think Ward had the best arc.
He had the best
overall,
arc, for sure. I loved his arc, because at first I hated his guts so much, and then towards the end you found yourself way more sympathetic.
See why he's the way he is, and the whole thing with his dad.
And also he became a better person, and you bought it. And I loved it too, and I was like, found myself, wow, I'm really rooting for this guy.
And he started respecting Danny, and was actually the only one really on his
side.
At the end.
I like their relationship too, but their chemistry with each other. I wasn't a huge fan of some of the writing in this series, especially some of the writing that was given to Finn Jones. And I actually like Finn Jones in certain scenes, and in other scenes, he's just very one-dimensional for me. Throughout the series, he's just... And again...
He really stays the same the whole time, pretty much.
And again, I understand he's got a very tragic backstory. Every superhero does, right?
Pretty much.
But he can... I wanted to have a little fun with this character, too. I'm not saying he has to be a jokester like Deadpool or something, but just a little more humor and, break in some tension in some scenes, evening it out a little bit. It was just a little too one-dimensional for me, and I don't blame the actor fully. I blame a little bit more on the writing side, but as an actor, you can take control sometimes and improvise and see what the other team does, but, it goes both ways. I don't put it on one person, but I'm not going to say he's a horrible actor, but I just think, he could do a little better job, but I did find myself in a lot of scenes very invested in what he was doing as well. I did not believe for 1 second, though, that he was a martial artist. There was so many times.
That's the thing I was going to mention.
The edits and the cuts.
The fighting, he's supposed to be, the best martial artist in the whole Marvel universe. He's supposed to be the best, kung fu fighter. And wasn't living up to it in this. With Daredevil, amazing fighting action.
So good.
Even Jessica Jones, she was a little more unrefined, but her action was good. And Luke Cage, he was just kind of a beast. But
my suggestion is put him in the mask. That way you can put a stunt guy in there and you don't have to worry about all the cuts and edits. And I gotta say, my favorite moment by far, if anything, was seeing the stock footage of the Iron Fist from the 40s. That
was cool.
When he was when he has the 2 Iron Fists. That was so cool.
And the mask.
And the mask. I love. But even though it was hard to see the stock footage, just seeing the way he moved in that act, that's the action I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But some of my other favorite action scenes are Colleen Wing and the Wolverine style cage fighting thing. That was really cool. Those fight scenes really convincing. There was definitely one fight that stood out to me with Danny Rand where he was protecting Joy from those guys who were coming. That was in the hallway. In the hallway, kind of. I'm not going to compare it to the Daredevil one. No, it's not even close.
Nothing comes close to that.
No, of course, I'm not comparing it. Not at all. But I will say for this show, it was definitely a step up in other moments where the edits are so quick. I mean, I almost wanted to go back to Batman Begins. I was almost down for that in comparison to some of these. Yeah. So some of them were not very good, and me personally, I wanted to see the Iron Fist a little bit more. Come on, but that's just a nitpick.
He only used it in like moments, where not really like in entire fights.
For sure, but also we did find out later throughout he's got to learn more about his powers. They did show some cool stuff where he's healing and I loved a lot of that stuff. I actually did really like his chemistry between him and Colleen. I liked it a lot. I really liked Joy too, and Joy and Danny's relationship. I think they did waste a little bit of time at the court doing the corporate stuff.
I just feel like the whole beginning where he's like trying to prove himself and like the whole company thing just took too long.
It did.
They could have cut that down to like 2 episodes.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I agree with that. The way they showed Joy figuring out with the M&Ms, I love that moment.
That was good.
It really hit me, and I kind of forgave the moment where Danny's like trying to say who he is. It's like, just tell them something that only they would know.
Yeah,
I kept on saying that for like 3 different times. He keeps talking to these people, and like I would think this guy's a psycho after 15 years and just doing what he was doing. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgave a little bit of it when that M&M's moment really did hit the spot.
That was good.
Now going into some of the villains, Madame Gao. I think we obviously got introduced. We got introduced to her in Daredevil, of course, season 1. She is great. I loved her. Anytime she's in the on screen, she ate up and chewed the scenery. She was great, and she really stood out for me. One thing that didn't make sense to me, she does a really cool thing where she just throws Danny to the side or pushes him into a like 20 feet
some
to
sort
the
of force power or something like
exactly,
that.
Which I thought was awesome. And then she never ever does it again.
She doesn't have to.
When she's in prison or no?
She doesn't mind being there. I think she's okay.
Well, I just thought for some reason she would have tried it or done it at some point, but
maybe.
Whatever.
It's not like she really had to.
Anyways.
It's the first time we really see her with any power like that. So I mean, we obviously know that she's been alive for hundreds of years or whatever. But I always suspected that maybe she had some sort of powers, but this is the first time we really confirmed it, seeing that too. So that was cool.
Some of the other things that I thought, like, again, they can definitely do this in season 2 or season 3, whatever. One thing I really wish they would have done is I wanted to see a lot of the backstory in Kunlun.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see flashbacks or something.
Because when we get
to like a couple. But.
Yeah, because at least a couple. I wanted to get familiar, see some of Danny's training, see what he had to go through. I wanted to see that fight with the dragon when he had to gain his power. Again, they can show us this in season 2, and then I'll be happy. But the point being is when we get to the end and we see Kunlun is gone and we hear that Inception style music come up, which was sick, by the way. I didn't know what to feel. Like, I want to feel sad and devastated, but I haven't seen Kunlun. It's like, you know what I mean? So I felt it was a little bit of a... And again, you don't have to go into a crazy backstory. I wanted to see a little bit of the origin story of how he got the power. It's season 1. And Daredevil, we saw what happened to Matt Murdock. Luke Cage, we saw what happened on the island with him. Jessica Jones, we saw what happened to her. Yep. And again, they can do this in season 2, but I just... Getting familiar and getting in depth with this character, I just really feel it was a missed opportunity not doing it in season 1 because I wanted to feel that emotional depth and that the stakes were so high and to feel sad when Kunlun is gone.
I just feel like they spent so much time like filling in all these episodes and they didn't even talk about some of these things that we're talking about that they could have added in and instead of talking about the same things over and over again, actually gone to some of this stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I also think another missed opportunity, they showed the sensei a couple times. I wanted to see him a few more times, too, because he just...
Especially in that one fight scene at the challenge of Madame Gao,
which was great.
Which was cool. I
love that stuff, but... A great episode, by the way. I love that stuff, but it's like I wanted to see a little more of the sensei because I was starting to get a feel of Danny's relationship with him. It's just...
they never showed him again after that.
They never showed... Not to maybe they did, but not to my...
They didn't.
Probably. I think you're right, but not to my memory that I can remember either, so... but I did enjoy that challenge when they showed him, and again, seeing that. I love that stuff is interesting to me. I like seeing the backstory of Danny Rand. So, and also too, I really hope in season 2 they really go more in depth with that because obviously in Defenders they're not going to have time for that. There's only going to be 8 episodes or so. So, and they're going to have to focus on all the other characters as well as Sigourney Weaver. So
it's going to be interesting though if they do it in season 2, like seeing Joy as one of the main villains. And especially because
that came out of nowhere.
No, I definitely kind of saw it because her and her brother's relationship has been fractured. Obviously, her dad's dead now, so she's kind of on her own. And what's his name, Davos? I feel like kind of Davos is connected now with Madame Gao, we kind of assume, because they're together. And I feel like he's the one who's sort of planting that in her mind, being like, oh, Danny is the reason why everything's falling to shit for you. So she's like, okay. And like, he's kind of playing her into that role a little bit.
You're right. That is a very logical.
But why are they in France, like, randomly?
No. I don't. Whatever. That didn't bother me where the location is. What bothers me is throughout the series, and yes, everything's been fractured. She's probably not in a correct state of mind at that point. Absolutely. She's been defending Dave. That's her best friend. She has been on this guy since the beginning, and you know what I mean?
Well, I feel like the whole show, the Meachums, like, are here, and then they flip, because, like, Ward is totally against Danny.
And then he's switched.
And then throughout, you see, like, I love the whole Ward story. It kind of took a little while to get going, but his story arc was my favorite of the whole show.
Okay, I'm just saying it didn't feel organic. Joy's just sudden switch. And again, I get it. Davos is planting that stuff.
It wasn't sudden. It was like the last, like, 3 or 4 episodes, you could slowly see her, like, maybe not becoming a villain.
Not towards
like,
Danny. That's just my opinion. It just didn't feel organic enough for me. If it was good for you guys, it was good for you. I'm glad.
It didn't really bother me.
Cool. It bothered me a little bit. It just didn't feel organic. I don't mind them going towards that storyline. That's fine. Again, it just didn't totally feel organic to me. That's just my point. Also, I was kind of down to see a little more backstory of Colleen Wing. I wanted to see like her, a little bit of her, and we got a little bit of it with her with the hand, of course, and with is it Bukado. That was really interesting, even though I saw that coming a mile away when he entered the scene. But still,
you could tell there was something off about him.
Yeah, for sure. But there was some good stuff there. Like there was, even when some of the martial arts was not great, or even when the character wasn't totally interesting, there's a lot of interesting things going on throughout the 13 episodes. Even if the first few were a little bit slow here and there, and getting to the point. Overall, it's definitely... Go ahead.
I kind of thought, like, since Defenders is literally coming out in a few months, that they'd start to actually, like, like, maybe not show some of the other characters, and they did mention the other characters, but they didn't really tie it in to be like, okay, Defenders are coming together right now. Like, I was expecting the end of the season to kind of be like, all right, shit, these guys are about to be coming together, like, right now. And I'm sure they'll do that in the early episodes of Defenders, like, getting them together, but the ending just kind of left me a little bit wanting more a little bit. I don't know. That sense.
You make a good point. Also, I was thinking, too, by the way, I love seeing Claire in this, too.
Claire was great.
She's great.
She's probably the best that she's been, except for maybe Daredevil Season 2. But.
Yeah, but I love seeing her in this again. And
she has stuff to do.
For sure. It was cool seeing her in some action fights.
Those claws now.
Yeah, she really reminded me of Wolverine. Is she X-23 now? No.
Yeah.
But getting into Claire, she's talking about the hand and how she has a friend who's dealt with the hand. Are you not going to
bring him?
I know. Maybe just a call. Matt, we need your help. But if Matt, like, again, let's say you can't get Charlie Cox on the show. Just have him answer the phone. Hey, I'm involved in I'm doing something I can't get out of it. I'm sorry. Otherwise, I would help. But it's the hand. You would think they're going to call Matt Murdock there. But how about Danny? When she told him, I've got a friend who's dealt with the hand.
Where is he?
Where is he? He didn't even seem interested when she said that. It's like, isn't your sole mission to destroy the hand and you're not interested in someone who's actually fought with these people? I just thought that was a little non-believable. I would be questioning there, like, some stuff. I don't know. I felt, again, missed opportunity either to... I would have been cool with, like, Luke Cage. Luke Cage was on Jessica Jones for most of the season.
Yeah, I mean, even before his show.
Yeah, but I would have been cool if they would have brought Daredevil just for 1 or 2 episodes, especially for a fight sequence.
Yeah, that would have been
And again,
great,
if you're not going to do it, I would have been down for a call where Matt says he can't be there. Something is hindering him and he can't get out of it.
Yeah, especially like when they're about to get on the plane, just like, call up Matt. You're going to China to fight them. Like, you want all the backup you can get.
And he can say, I'm involved in a case. I can't get out of it. I can't go to whatever,
Yeah. I also like seeing Jerry Hogarth, J Money, in the show.
Yeah,
she was good. I mean, nothing too major, but it was kind of cool just, connecting everything together.
Yeah, so. And I found that stuff interesting when her trying to get Danny, back into the corporate stuff. Again, not focusing too much on that, but I like seeing her again back from Jessica Jones. That was cool seeing where she is psychologically after all the crap that has happened to her character from Jessica Jones. So I definitely like that. And also I like the history that they showed us not showed us, but told us a little bit about between J Money, I was going to say, Jerry Hogarth and Harold Meachum.
Yeah.
She explained that she did work for him as an intern, and she said never to trust him. So I got to say, Faramir and from Lord of the Rings, Harold Meachum, I really like this actor a lot.
Yeah, he was good villain.
He was really good, and I'm not going to compare him onto a level between the Purple Man and
Not
Kingpin.
close. He's not a super villain. He's just a villain.
He's pretty damn bad. One thing I gotta say, one thing
Come back from the dead.
Yeah, one thing that kind of was annoying me a little bit. I could not stop counting how many times the mom was flying out of the airplane.
Oh, like 5 times.
It got a little...
They kept showing that same scene, especially in the beginning, like 10 times.
It's like, okay, I get it, the mom flew out of the airplane. Stop showing it.
I mean, they're trying to show Danny, like, seeing it over and over again, and, like, obviously that's driving him crazy, but yeah, there's a few too many
It's like
times.
seeing Bruce Wayne's parents being shot in the same movie 10 different times. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Mom got thrown out of the thing. I get it. And she kept, like, they showed her getting out of the seatbelt a couple times. Like, I've seen this. We're wasting time. But overall, it was interesting. I can't wait for Iron Fist Season 2. I know a few people didn't care about this show, but overall, the fans, for the most part, did like it, which is all that matters. You know, it doesn't really matter what Jason or I or any other critics or fans think. What matters is what you think. It's all subjective. And, you know, it doesn't matter that I got a 18 or whatever %. Who cares?
Not
you know?
bad.
Or I don't agree with that.
I mean, I didn't look at any of the scores, but I've heard people didn't like it, but I didn't feel it was
And
that
again,
bad.
I mean, from some of the martial arts sequences, edits, and some of the stuff some of the boring stuff at the beginning, and some of the other stuff, not going into the backstory of Kunlun, not even showing us the costume or the mask, wasting some opportunities. I get where a lot of the frustration comes from, for sure, but there was definitely a lot of interesting stuff that got me, that kept me invested throughout the 13 episodes. And like you said, I would have preferred 9-10 episodes max. That would have been cool too. But that, saying that all, I still found this show definitely very investive. I was enjoying it a lot. Definitely not to the level of the other ones of Daredevil seasons 1 or 2, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, but I still found myself really enjoying it. They definitely need to improve, as we said, on the action sequence, the fighting for sure. Just put him in the mask. You won't have to edit as much because you can put the freaking stunt guy who does Daredevil fights in there. Done, And again, I'm not looking for Ip Man, or I'm not looking for the Raid.
Yeah.
That's on a TV budget. That's unfair, of course.
Yeah.
I'm looking for somewhere around Daredevil where we're saying we're connected in the same universe, and this is the best Kung Fu guy. So I do really expect the action to be a lot better in season 2, especially in Defenders. I'm going to assume that's going to be sick in that, too.
Well, they've already filmed it, so it's not like he's had that much time to improve, so... Unless he's wearing the mask, but we'll see. I'm
hoping he did improve, but we shall see for sure. Getting back into Iron Fist, we got to give this TV show or TV season a review. I'm giving Iron Fist season 1 let me think about it. Okay, now I've thought. I'm going to give Iron Fist season 1 a 7.4 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm just going to give it a 7. It was definitely worth watching. I enjoyed it. Maybe I was desiring a little bit more backstory, better action, and the ending. I thought I was happy with it up until even through the end, but I was kind of I wanted to see just a little bit more and a connection between heading into the Defenders just to get me ready for that. But overall, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, apparently critics are bashing the hell out of it, and I don't see a reason for that. But I mean, it's definitely not on the level, especially Daredevil, Jessica Jones. I think it's close between Luke Cage, because both of those shows had Luke Cage's first half was great, second half not as much, and this was kind of the reverse.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So those two I think were on similar ground. So I definitely enjoyed it, and I love seeing just more information on this overall kind of Netflix universe or whatever you want to call it. But I'm really excited for Defenders and can't wait. So.
And really quick, just the few little Easter eggs or references that I can think of. They mentioned the Hulk. They said that you get more YouTube views than that green guy.
Yeah, there's a bunch of references.
Yeah, obviously they mentioned Matt Murdock. They mentioned Luke Cage. They mentioned when they get
Karen Page.
No, they also Karen Page, right, in the newspaper. They also mentioned Jessica Jones, because when they were getting the dirt on the board members,
when she was sober.
No, they said my sober PI. I'm like, Jessica Jones, of course. And also we got to see the eyes of Shao Lao, but I really wish we could have seen that scene. Yeah. Season 2, please.
I want to see that fight.
I do too, so badly. But it was cool just seeing those eyes for the little glimpse we did get to see. Made me want to see more, but that was a cool little Easter egg as well. If there were any other Easter eggs or any other references that you noticed, please let us know in the comment section.
Because I'm sure there's plenty.
For sure. And also I saw a Stan Lee picture. I forgot it was episode 12 or 13. I definitely saw it, though, for sure.
Definitely.
It was cool to see. Yeah, it was cool to see that. But yeah, let us know about those in the comment section. Also, We want to know exactly what you loved or didn't like, what you think could be improved upon season 2, or what you want to see in season 2. Like, for me, like I said, I want to see the backstory, more of Kunlun, more of Danny's backstory, a little more of Colleen's backstory, the origin story, him getting the powers from the dragon. I really want to see that stuff in season 2. Let us know, though, because we want to know what you think.
Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Let us know what you thought about it in the comments section, and if you like these videos, you can hit the subscribe button.
See you guys next time.